What's up everybody, Melkandor here with a look at Tom Clancy's The Division. This is the newest game being developed by Ubisoft and it is currently in its final stages of development. This weekend we had a chance to partake in the beta test, and the footage you see here is from that test.
You're doing good
The
work.
game is set in a third-person perspective, so you can see everything, like it's not a first-person shooter. The camera is free roaming, like in all open-world MMOs. The setting for the game is a post-apocalyptic New York. Now, this isn't a nuclear holocaust like in Fallout, or a zombie apocalypse like in H1Z1 or DayZ. What you're really looking at here is the aftermath of a devastating virus that was a pandemic that wiped out most of the world's population. You play as a CIA agent, as a member of the division in the CIA that's tasked with rebuilding civilization, starting in New York. There are two zones in this game. The normal zone, where you play through all your missions, upgrade your base, which you have a base of operations that's set in a New York City post office, and you help people upgrade your base, upgrade your gear, buy gear, do different things like that to progress the story. And then there's the Dark Zone, which is where all the really good, really quality weapons and armor is. The Dark Zone is interesting because the Dark Zone is where there's a PvP element, and it really is a look at what you can do in terms of trusting people and being paranoid about other people around you. People can easily turn on you, kill you, and take your gear. Not the gear that you go into the zone with, but anything that you loot while you're in the Dark Zone is up for grabs until it's extracted in an extraction zone. So that adds a very unique element to this game, as opposed to any other MMO out there. Now, I say MMO, and those of you who have played Destiny will be the most familiar with this type of gameplay. But as it is an MMO, there are elements that people who play World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy XIV, and Star Wars The Old Republic will be familiar with as well. The levels of gear are determined by the color of the gear. Obviously, white is normal, green is uncommon, blue is rare, purple, epic, and orange, legendary. So that's clearly a nod to World of Warcraft. Missions that you undergo as part of the story, those really come into play in the normal zone, and those are story mode missions that allow you to unlock and upgrade different parts of your base, which in turn affects your skills. As you upgrade your base, you gain access to different skills, which you can then use to customize your character. If you want to heal, you get healing skills. If you want to do more damage, you get more damage skills. If you want to be a tank, you get more tank skills like carrying a shield and so forth. Like a riot shield. Then we talk about, and we really got to look at the gear. The gear is pretty interesting. There are three different types of gear. So first off, we're going to talk about the appearance gear, which is like your transmog gear in World of Warcraft. Appearance gear is gear that doesn't occupy an inventory spot and doesn't weigh your character down. This is gear that is how you outwardly look, so you can have different hats, scarves, coats, pants, shoes. That's what's able to change, and as you change the gear, it affects how your character looks on screen. Second is the weapons. Weapons, of course, denotated by the different levels that there are, from normal to legendary. Those are your main damage dealers, of course. You carry three weapons. A primary and secondary armament, which can be a rifle, shotgun, an assault weapon. So far, no melee weapons. And then you have your sidearm, which is a handgun of some sort. So far, it looks like the M1911 is pretty awesome, but who knows what's going to be out there in the full retail release. And then we have the mods for the weapons, which you can modify your weapons using scopes, different magazines, different silencers, underbarrel attachments, and paint jobs. Each of these, with the exception of the paint, can have a DPS increase, a rate of fire increase, and make your weapon perform even better.
What are you...
Now the last thing I'm
ask
going to
where
look at
this
is your
came
tactical
from.
gear. Your tactical gear are things like your knee pads, your bulletproof
I'm
vest,
sure you'll be back.
your holster. These things also have an effect. They affect your stats. They will either
Biohazard
increase your
warning.
health, usually increase your DPS.
Transmissions jammed.
That works.
Proximity
They'll
coverage
give you
only.
certain benefits like all gear does
Backup
in
activated.
full RPG.
System rebooted.
And then, really,
Warning, now entering
like I said,
dark
this
zone.
all mixes together to form a pretty cohesive and pretty immersive gearing and appearance system, which all current popular MMOs have. My overall impression of the game is pretty positive on the whole. It's one of the few games that's come out in recent years where I've played it for like an hour,
Warning.
and I've been
Readings
like,
indicate this area
this is a lot of fun.
contaminated.
Maybe I'll play it for 5 minutes, and that
Rogue
5
agent
minutes turns into another
neutralized.
3 hours. So, I would say, as an MMO player, as a World of Warcraft veteran, this is a game I feel very at home in.
Now leaving the
looking forward to the
contaminated
release.
area.
And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by this game. At least I hope you will. That being said, again, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to come and check out this video. I hope you enjoy the footage that you see here behind me. That's an example of where they are. It's very close to release. This is going to be out on March 8th. And I hope to see you guys in the Division in New York City. So that being said, Melk out, and I'll see you soon.
heard something. Did you hear something? You made a wrong turn. You made a wrong.
As always, if you've enjoyed this video, hit that like button and be sure to click subscribe. Until next time, Melk out.